Sampurita pamita paramita balena Vidvansiyo khila kilesa Samolajalam Teneva landa araham arahoti namam Vandami buddha mamalam hadaye tapetva Samanta cakkavalesu atra gaccantu devatam Saddhammang munirajassa sunantu sagga mokkadam Dhammasavana kalo ayam badantam Dhammasavana kalo ayam badantam Dhammasavana kalo ayam badantam Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Sambadhanang dhammadanang jinati Sambang rasang dhammaraso jinati Sambang rating dhammarati jinati Tanhakkayo sambadukkhang jinati Homage to the exalted one, the worthy one, the perfectly enlightened one. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends in the Dhamma, today we are going to discuss the truth, the value of truth, the importance of truth. The truth means the reality in the world as it is. Buddha realized, he discovered and actualized the world reality as it is. We say the Dhamma, Buddha's message, as Buddhism, but he discovered the world reality. That is why Buddha said very clearly, whether a Buddha appears or not in the world, this world reality is forever. From time to time, the Buddhas who appear in the world, they discovered this message by themselves and they realized, they discovered and they actualized and also they pointed out this message to the world very kindly. That is why we respect Buddha. But this message, the truth, doesn't belong to even the Buddha. This message, the truth, the Dhamma doesn't belong to Buddhism. This message belongs to he who is intelligent and honest. We should have primary qualities when we practice Dhamma. One of them is honesty. Next one is intelligence. And also, we should be grateful and we should have loving kindness too. On the other side, as a primary quality, we should have good relationship, good association, noble friends. That is also very important on this path. We receive everything, the Dhamma, the truth, because of good association, good friendship, noble association. that is very essential on this path. However, in this instance, which comes in Dhammapada, Buddha says, Sabbadhanam Dhammadhanam Jinati. The gift of Dhamma, truth, excels all other gifts. Sabbarasam Dhammaraso Jinati. The flavor of the Dhamma or truth excels all other flavors. Sabbarating Dhammarati Jinati. The delight or pleasure in Dhamma excels all other delights. And also Tanhakayo Sabbadukkan Jinati. The craving freed overcomes all sufferings. This says the value of truth. The highest gift is giving the Dhamma, the truth. The gift of Dhamma excels all other gifts. Why is that? When we offer some food for you, it is beneficial for 1 or 2 days or few days. When we offer you a cloth, it is beneficial for 1 year or 2 years. When we give you a job, it is beneficial until you are retired. When I offer you a house, it is useful only for your this lifetime. But if I give you the real advice how to overcome suffering and how to achieve blissful life, that is beneficial for hundreds of lives in your future. And also it is beneficial to overcome suffering completely. It is beneficial to overcome the samsaric journey. That is why the gift of Dhamma excels all other gifts. And among offerings, generosity, gifts, Buddha says, if you can practice Dhammadana, Dhammadana means if you can offer a book in Dhamma, and also if you can arrange a Dhamma sermon, if you can build like this a hall for Dhamma sermons, for meditation, that is the way how we can practice the Dhammadana, the gift of Dhamma. That is why especially Buddhists always are encouraged to practice Dhammadana, the gift of Dhamma. That is very beneficial for the people. When we change our mind to the correct way, then we can change our entire life to the correct way. It is beneficial not only for us. When we associate somebody, this changing is beneficial for them too. And when we associate somebody, this message is useful, helpful for them too. That is why we should practice Dhamma, and also we should try to give some chances to others too with the Dhammadana, the gift of Dhamma. And again Buddha says, Sabbarasang Dhammaraso Jinati. The flavor or taste of the Dhamma excels all other tastes or flavors. When we enjoy with Dhamma, that is the highest way that we can enjoy. You know, when we have some delicious food, we can be happy, but it is only few times, few hours, few days. But when we are with Dhamma, we are going everywhere with the Dhamma. It is not away from our life. It is like our body parts. Sometimes people may think that we should practice Dhamma when we are in the temples, when we are in the shining room. But it is not true. But as much as we are knowledgeable about the Dhamma, we should follow it like our breathing in and out. Then we can feel the results. But people usually practice the Dhamma a few times in a day. Sometimes they practice Dhamma once a month. Sometimes people practice Dhamma once a year. But they don't feel the results of Dhamma because they practice it very rarely. As an intelligent person, if we are clever to practice this message in our entire life, every day, from morning to night, then we can feel the results. We can see the results throughout our life by practicing Dhamma. We can enjoy with Dhamma. When we are at home, we listen in Dhamma, we practice Dhamma, we can practice loving kindness, reflecting on impermanence, contemplating on Buddha's qualities, and reflecting on no soul or anatta. These are the things that we can practice for the success of our mental condition. Then we offer some food to our mind. We usually get some food for our belly, but it is useful a few times. But if we can practice Dhamma, we give food for our mind. Our mind is the main thing, main reason whether we are happy or unhappy. If we can add the Dhamma to our mind, it means we try to purify our mind from negative thoughts such as greed, craving, hatred, delusion, jealousy. These are the emotions, mental formations, which disturb our peace of mind. If we are clever to overcome these negative thoughts from our mind, it is the proper way that we practice to overcome suffering, and that is the real way how we achieve the real happiness. By practicing Dhamma, we always try to purify our mind from negative thoughts. That is why it says, Sabba rasam Dhamma raso jinati. The flavor of the Dhamma excels all other flavors. Sabba ratim Dhamma rati jinati. If we are interested in practicing Dhamma, we give the priority to practice Dhamma, because Dhamma is sanditiko. Visible results, directly visible. Akaliko, immediately effective. That is why we practice, we try to enjoy with Dhamma. Sabbaratim Dhammarati Janati. We know very well, when we collect some things or when we associate some persons, they also may bring us happiness, but it is not useful for a long time. Even though you have a child, even though you have dedicated your entire life for your children, how long can you be happy about your children? A few times. When you think your children, you can be happy, but sometimes you are unhappy when you think your children if they have misbehaviors. But Dhamma is not like that. When you think Buddha's enlightenment, when you think the Dhamma's qualities, when you think the qualities of the noble disciples, you are never unhappy. You are always happy because of their qualities. They never change because their qualities are permanent. But the persons that we associate with, anytime they can be changed. Now today you have a good friend, tomorrow that person can get angry with you. That is the nature of the human beings. But the persons who have developed their mind to the maximum level with spirituality, they never come back to the lower levels, lower realms. Their qualities are established. When we think about them, actually we are like associating with them. When you think Buddha's qualities, it's like you are associating with the Buddha. When you think about the qualities of the noble disciples, even though they have passed away, still they are living with you. You can meet them at home. When you worship a Sangha or monk, you can contemplate on Sariputta Bhante, Moggallana Bhante, Mahakasyapa throughout that monk. Then your mind is so happy, so purified. That is why, so pure, that is why it is said that Buddha says, Sabbarating Dhammarati Jinati. There are some intelligent persons in the world. Actually, even though they earn a lot of money, even though they are well educated and rich, they give the priority to the Dhamma, because they know very well this is the highest flavor of their life. They know very well, even though they have other things, they can be changed any time. But this success is very permanent. That is why some people, they earn money, work in few years, and they keep those money in a deposit. And also they spend their entire life for practicing Dhamma. Because they know very well, Sabbaratin Dhammarati Jinati, the flavor of the Dhamma excels all other flavors. And other things, anytime can be changed, even our physical body. Now we are healthy. Now we have good complexion. We are so young, we are beautiful, but day by day our body is going to decay. Day by day we are going to old age. Day by day we are reaching some sicknesses. Day by day we are reaching to the sticks, old age. Day by day we are going to cemetery. That is the nature of our life. In this life we know very well, throughout listening Dhamma, the real success of our life is practicing Dhamma. And third one, Tanhakayo Sabba Dukkhan Jinati. The craving freed overcomes all sufferings. If we are clever to overcome craving, we are able to overcome suffering. More craving, more suffering. No craving, no suffering. Craving is the nearest reason of suffering, but it is very essential to understand we can't overcome craving suddenly at once. For that we have wise reflection. We should know the process of ignorance. You know, there are some small ants who jump to the lamp. When some lamps are lighting, some small ants jump to the fire. Do they jump to the fire to get suicide? No. They jump to fire searching happiness, finding happiness. Because of ignorance. They don't know fire brings them suffering. That is why they jump to fire. We also like that. We have attachment because of ignorance. If we are clever to overcome ignorance, automatically our craving, attachment go away, decreases. It doesn't mean that we go away from everything. Actually, we do our duties, responsibilities that we have to do, but we do them with good understanding, with wisdom. We do everything wisely. How not to arise defilements, craving, greed or anger. Then we do everything with good understanding, because we know very well, if our mind fixed with something in outside, we are not away from suffering. When we see somebody, if my mind is fixed in that person, it means I am in suffering. As soon as I look at a person, I should be knowledgeable. The suffering or unhappiness arises inside. It doesn't come from outside. I understand you according to my mental formations, mental conditions, and according to my ignorance. As soon as we listen in some forms, sounds, smells, when we receive some experience throughout our senses, we should be knowledgeable. This experience arises according to my mental conditions. The experience doesn't come from outside. It is helpful, but it is not the reason which brings me happiness or unhappiness. When I look at you, I am neutral. When somebody sees you, whom you have blamed, then he may get angry when he sees you. But I am neutral when I see you. But you are the same person. Happiness or unhappiness arises because of our mental conditions and our ignorance or delusion. If we can understand this reality, as soon as we experience something through our senses, if we are mindful and intelligent to understand this reality, we can experience anything, it doesn't matter. But we do everything with consciousness, mindfulness, wisdom. Then our mind is not fixed in outside. When we go to the mirror, if you are knowledgeable, the reflection is here. The cause of reflection is here. I never touch my hand to the mirror. I know very well, as soon as I see the mirror, I know the reason of reflection is here. If I want to correct something in the mirror, I never change the mirror. I reflect this side. I change here. We are also like that. If you are intelligent throughout listening the Dhamma, if you suffer about something, we know very well suffering arises according to my mental conditions, according to my attitude, according to my intention, volition, my ignorance and craving. Then I try to change my mind to correct way. That is the way Buddha explained to get rid of suffering. Until our mind is fixed in outside with that we experience, then we are not away from suffering. Yes?
So, like sometimes, what is the best technique to get rid of craving, let's say for food, for example? Because sometimes,
food.
Yeah, like sometimes you get a craving, let's say, oh, I want to eat this cake. Even though you didn't smell it, didn't see it, and it won't go away until you eat that cake. So
that is a good question. There is one of the meditation techniques. Ahare patikula sanyi. Contemplating on having food. One of the meditation techniques. Buddha says that it is a very good example that when we eat something, We should be aware of that. I take this food not only for my good complexion, not only for desire, not only for my any other benefits. I take this food only to live, only for my living. And also there is an example. There are mother and father who are going to alone the desert with only one child. There are mother and father who are going through the desert with only child, very beautiful son. When they are going through the desert, their food are finished. They have no food. Then what did they do? Father told that, now we have no any option. Please kill me and eat my flesh, and you go through the desert successfully. But mother didn't like it. Mother says, please kill me and eat my flesh, and both of you go from desert. Father didn't like it. The child is very small. He couldn't understand anything. Then both of them discussed, we can have another child. If we have no food, all of three can be dead. Therefore now we kill our beloved son. This is an example, not a true thing. This is an example. Buddha says they killed their son, and they have nothing to cook it, and they have no spice or anything. They eat that son's flesh. When they eat that son's flesh, they have no craving or desire. They don't think that it is so delicious. They never think. They want to only go away from the desert. Only for that necessity, only for that need, they eat that flesh which is from that beloved son. Buddha said, when you eat food, your attention, your intention, it should be like that. If you are on the path of liberation, if you have craving for big attachment when you eat delicious food, it means you are not ready to away from suffering. You are away from the path of liberation. We should have this kind of intention when we eat something. And also when we get some medicine or drugs, we never say that this drug is so delicious. We never say that. We get those drugs or medicines only for our health. We also should be like that. When we eat something, we get it. That is why there is a very special stanza which we should contemplate on when we eat as monks. I eat this food not for my good complexion, not for my playing, not for to develop my flesh. That is not for that I get this food. I eat this food only for my journey on the samsaric journey, only for my strength to practice Dhamma. That should be our intention when we eat something, whether it is delicious or not. It doesn't mean that we should not get delicious food. We can eat it. But that is why, here, some people, when we go to a restaurant, people say that, please enjoy with food. but in our Asian tradition we never say it. We eat, but we never say that enjoy food, enjoy eating something, we never say. But it doesn't mean that we don't eat food deliciously. We do. But we have a spiritual goal. Whatever we do, when we feed our children, when we earn money, even when we study, when we educated, whatever we do, it always keep our priority to practice Dhamma. Giving the priority to practice Dhamma, we do everything. That is why some mothers who are in some Asian Buddhist countries, when they bear a child, they think that I want to offer this son to the dispensation of the Buddha. I want to offer this son to become a monk. I want to. I am bearing this son for his education, for his ordination. And they monks bear some children, not only for develop their generation, but they want to give a chance to that baby to become a monk and end his sansaric journey. Even they feed their children. That is why there were some parents in my country, in Sri Lanka. I have heard one of the incidents that one of couples, after they got married, 6 months they were observing precepts, 8 precepts. They didn't have any connection with each other. 6 months they were observing 8 precepts. Like, Seal Day, here, Seal program like. They were observing 6 months before they have combination, they have association. After 6 months, they wish to create a baby, and that son was a great monk in Sri Lanka. He was very famous more than 100 years. It is a very ancient story. But however, I try to say you that the people who are listening to Dhamma and also who are on the path of liberation, they do everything in the name of liberation. Even they get married, even they feed children, their children, and even though they educated their children, they do everything contemplating on the success of spirituality of theirs and their children. Even, there are some devotees here, even they buy a car or vehicle, they think, what color I should choose to buy a car which is useful to go to a temple. They selected a van which is like this color, and also they want to bring several people in their vehicle when they come to temple. How nice. They do everything thinking about the spiritual path. And also when someone study or educated, they think what kind of good job that I choose and which is very useful to help others, which is very useful to collect merits throughout my jobs. They think everything when they do things. Sometimes I have seen some students, they think, I want to do a good job to take care of my parents. One of students I met last time when I was in Sri Lanka, that student told me that, Bhante, one day I want to give a dana, alms giving for 100,000 monks. For 100,000 monks, I want to give almsgiving. For that, I earn money. Actually, there are some virtuous persons in the world. They do everything, thinking their spiritual path. And not only having food, but they do everything, doing jobs, studying, taking care of their parents, earning money. They save money. They save money in a bank account, but not for greed, but for generosity. And also for their spiritual life, they do everything. We also can do like these things. And when we study, we usually think that how I can do a service to the world throughout my education. That is why always we think about the influence of languages. And especially monks, when they are going to study some subjects in the college or university, they think, what kind of subjects that I should collect, which is useful for the people and for my life. Psychology, sociology and languages, counseling. Those are the subjects and languages that they want to study for the benefits of other people. Not only verbal languages, I have met some monks who try to learn sign language too, for the benefits of their devotees who are deaf. And then we can earn merits every moment, whatever we do, if we have this intention, understanding. Okay? We are discussing the stanza which comes in Dhammapada in Tanha Vagga. We discuss Sabbadhanam Dhammadanam Jinati. The gift of Dhamma excels all other gifts. Sabbaratin Sabbarasang Dhammaraso Jinati. The taste of the Dhamma excels all other tastes or flavors. Sabbaratin Dhammarati Jinati. The delight in Dhamma excels all other delights. And Sanhakkayo Sabbadukha Jinati. The craving freed overcomes all suffering. When we discuss truth, it can be divided into two. But we should understand one thing that Buddha said one day. Ekang Satchan Nadutiya Matti. The only truth in the world, there are no truths. Finally, Buddha has explained. But, however, when we discuss truth in Buddhism, it can be divided into two. One of them is conventional truth. Conventional truth, and the other one is ultimate truth. Conventional truth means that we can see in the world common truth. People, trees, things. We can see the things. These are the common things. Conventional truth. According to conventional truth, before we were born, there was a world. After we will die, the world remains. That is according to conventional truth. It is true, but only in conventional truth. Everything, every regulations, rules depend on conventional truth. If we live in ultimate truth, we can practice some rules and regulations in the world. But all regulations and rules depends on conventional truth. For example, everything changes. Somebody who has killed a person, when he go to a court, he may say that, no, everything is impermanent. The person who killed that person, no, I am not the person. Now everything is changed. It is true, according to the ultimate truth, he can go away from the court. Although he explained the ultimate truth, he is under the conventional truth. Not only those things, but the special thing that the karmic law is also under the conventional truth. If anything which is in the world in the samsaric journey, everything go as a circle. It relates to conventional truth. For example, when we do some good activity, for example, when I offer something to you or your mom, if I think there is a person here outside, before I offer these things, you are here. After I offer these things, you will be here. If my intention is like that, I may some kind of merit. I can collect. I may collect some medicine. I may receive medicine. I can receive a good life. I may have a blissful life as a result of this activity. But still I am in the samsaric journey. It means we are not away from old age, death and rebirth. Even though we have some facilities as the result of practicing good deeds, we can never go away from suffering, especially old age, death and rebirth. Buddha said, we need a spiritual teacher and we need a spiritual teacher's guideline because of three reasons. They are old age, death and rebirth. If you like to be reborn, it doesn't matter. As the result of your good activities, you can receive a blissful life like this. Now you have received this kind of blissful life because of your previous good activities, meritorious activities. But still you are in suffering. You are away not from, old age, sickness, death, separation with your good friends, associating with bad friends, rebirth, all of sufferings are with you because you were born. And this is the nature of the samsaric journey. With the understanding, there were some persons when Buddha appeared in the world, they have eradicated craving and anger for grade 84 eons. For 84 grade eons. They have eradicated their craving or greed and hatred or ill will completely. For 84 eons. But still they are in this journey because they are not away from ignorance or delusion, even though they are away from greed and anger. This is the nature of the conventional truth. Buddhism doesn't reject this truth. First of all, Buddha has pointed out the way of heaven, heavenly path. At the very beginning, on the path of his teachings, Buddha has explained the heavenly path, Sagga Magga, how to become a blissful life. When Buddha explains his Dhamma to the people, in the primary level, Buddha explained the way how to become a blissful life in future life. That is his first advice. Because all people can't achieve ultimate truth. Because the most intelligent people are very few in the world. But other people also want some kind of refuge, safety in this world. That is why Buddha pointed out very kindly the path of heaven. heavenly path, how to become a blissful life. It is included in conventional truth. That is why Buddha has explained 3 meritorious deeds. With the understanding of karmic law, we should practice 3 meritorious deeds. Practicing generosity, dana, practicing virtue, sila, practicing meditation. In this level, it doesn't need to be understood the dependent origination. It is enough to understand the karmic law. This is not the special thing in Buddhism, because there are other religious people also practice some good deeds. And they also can have a blissful life as the result of their good activities. Not only Buddhists have the heaven, other religious people also can go to heaven as the result of practicing good deeds with pure mind. The second thing is the ultimate truth. And this is Sammuti Satya. Ultimate truth, Avasana Satya. What is the ultimate truth? Ultimate truth depends on the understanding of the dependent origination, arising and ceasing. What happens to our senses? What happens to our life? What is the nature of our life? Every moment we experience throughout our senses, 6 senses. We have only the present moment. We have only one experience at once. One sense acts at once. At that time, at that moment, other 5 senses don't act. They are neutral. And every moment we experience something throughout our senses, then it means 5 aggregates arise at the moment. Whatever we see, whatever we hear, at once the 5 aggregates together arise at the moment. Not only arise at the moment, immediately it ceases. That is the nature of the impermanence. But people in the world, they explain impermanence as changing. Now you are so young, after 40 years you will be very old. That is impermanence, somebody can explain. But it is not the real meaning of impermanence. It is the meaning of changing. Understanding of changing is very easy. But understanding of impermanence is not easy. It should be understood by the advice of the Buddha. When we have some kind of experience through our senses, when we see something, this scene, this slide, this scene doesn't belong to this wall or this picture. This picture doesn't belong to my eyes. This picture doesn't belong to even my consciousness. This picture doesn't belong to light. But without these conditions, light, forms, eyes, consciousness, attention, mental formations, without these reasons, conditions, I have no experience. But this experience doesn't belong to anything. For example, when we do this sound doesn't belong to this pen, this sound doesn't belong to this table, this sound doesn't belong to my ears, this sound doesn't belong to even my mind. Without these reasons, causes, conditions, there is no sound. On the other side, this sound was not here before that experience. After this experience, this sound doesn't remain. This is the nature of impermanence. As much as we listening to this message, and also by reflecting our mind, by concentrating our mind, if we can think this reality sensitively, then day by day we develop our wisdom, our intelligence, panya. Panya naranang ratanang. The priceless gem of the people is wisdom. As much as if we are clever to develop this understanding, wisdom, intelligence, then our mind is not fixed in outside things. Now, our mind, as soon as we experience something, our mind is fixed in some outside things or persons. It means we are not away from old age. When you think somebody as your mom or dad or son, when that person is going to sicknesses, old age, death, you may cry. You may be unhappy because your mind is fixed in outside. If you are clever to see this reality inside, then you can associate with anybody. You can do your responsibilities. You can take care of your children. You can take care of your mom. You can fulfill your duties when they change, when they are going to these problems. If you are intelligent, your mind is not fixed in this body. That is the thing that we should practice if we want to go away from suffering. If you need suffering, it doesn't matter. You can keep your mind inside, outside. Yes?
Okay, now some people, they reject this truth of impermanence. They deny it, and they question like this. For example, if everything is impermanent, if conditions are not the same, they're always changing. Look at that person. That person is blind. This person is in a wheelchair. This person has AIDS, and there's no cure. How do you explain to them this truth? Because they deny it, they reject it. Seeing these examples.
Actually, there are sick persons in the world. There are some people who are subject to die. It is conventional truth. It is okay. We don't reject it. When your mom dies, you have to go to your mom's funeral. Even though you are an arhat person, you never reject it. After you attain enlightenment, when your parents die, you go quickly there. You don't reject it. When your parents need something, you are ready to offer those things. When your parents are sick, you are ready to give some medicine for them. Because you are knowledgeable about the conventional truth. But fulfilling your duties, your mental condition is in ultimate truth. For example, miracle? When you see a miracle, mirage. When you see the mirage, you know mirage? The very far when sun is shining, on the way you can see the mirage. Some deers run along the mirage. We also see the same thing, but we don't run find in water. But innocent deers run along the mirage. The scene is same. Because of our intelligence, we are not suffering. The thing is, the understanding of this like that. When we have this understanding with impermanence, in that situation, we have no chance to for old age or death. For example, if you see your figure, reflection on the mirror, you never suffer that anybody can steal my reflection or anybody can destroy my figure or reflection. You never think. But it doesn't mean that you don't come to the mirror. You come to the mirror again and again. But you have no attachment. You have no suffering with the figure which is in the mirror. Our understanding also like that. When we think this impermanence, even though we are sick, physically maybe get sick, but mentally we have no suffering. Suffering, physical suffering arises according to our intention. For example, when you have a very big headache, you are crying. When your mom is coming to meet you, having some heavy things in both hands, what happens to you? Your headache is disappear. But still you have headache, but you don't think it. It doesn't mean that you are okay. Still you have headache, but you have no space in your mind to think it. Because this happiness is more than that sickness. This understanding also like that. If we see the impermanence, even though we are in the sicknesses, even though we are in old age, our mind has no space of suffering of these things. Because we are thinking, we are reflecting on impermanence. When we reflect on impermanence, we have only the present moment. When we have present moment, how we compare our body, this old body, with my young age? I can't compare this body with my young age body if I am in the old age. Because at that moment, my mind is in the present moment. Present moment has no problems. Whenever you are unhappy, whenever you get angry, whenever you are suffering, it means you are not in the present moment. Present moment has no problems. When you think somebody who has passed away, then you have a problem. It doesn't mean that you forget everything. You can think it, but when you think that incident, you are intelligent to know that now I read my mind, not the real incident. We can remind any person who has passed away. But our mind is not fixed in that physical body. Our mind, our intelligence is inside. Seeing this impermanence. Okay, now time is going fast. Okay, we discussed a lot of things, and also we had to discuss some things, but because of our questions, it didn't give us enough time to explain everything. However, it doesn't matter, but as the result of practicing Dhamma, the truth, we are ready to live with the truth. But the people who are ignorant, they are afraid of truth. When the thing is impermanent, they are afraid of truth. But we, who listening to Buddha's message, when we realize impermanence, we don't struggle with impermanence. Then impermanence is one of our friends. We always live with these friends who are impermanence, egolessness, unsatisfactoriness. We see everywhere these things. They are our friends. It means they don't bring us happiness because we have realized this reality as it is. Then day by day we should go forward. First of all, we should have this understanding, then we should have a path to achieve this situation. The path is the Eightfold Path. In short, it says as three disciplines. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Virtue, concentration or tranquility, and wisdom. Having a good discipline in our speech and behavior, we concentrate our mind again and again to practice mind in a particular wholesome thought. And also with concentrated mind, we contemplate on impermanence again and again. Buddha said, I explain only things for the people who are in the mundane level and who are the supramundane level, and for everybody I explain only one thing, that reflecting on impermanence in five aggregates. Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. Forms, mental formations, feelings, perception, and consciousness. These five things arise together at once. And immediately those five things cease. Buddha explained only one advice to all people who are in any steps, not only for persons who wish to achieve enlightenment, but for enlightened persons too, until they pass away, for the benefits of their happiness. Okay. This is the path that Buddha has explained. Then as much as we can listen to this truth, and we are so fortunate, and also we have something to reflect on in our day-to-day life. Not only when you are here, but everywhere, whatever you do, everywhere you are going to, try to think this thing. Try to contemplate on this reality again and again. Then that understanding come to be permanent in your life. Then you are holding a bright light wherever you are going. Not only you are awakened, but when you are sleeping, you can see a very blissful dream. And in dreams, you dream very virtuous dreams when you practice this Dhamma. For that, I wish you all the best. By the power of all these merits, may our departed relatives also receive these merits, and they enhance their spiritual life, and finally they also attain final bliss of liberation. With that intention, let's transfer these merits to our departed beloved relatives too. Idamme ñātīnam hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātīnam hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātīnam hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. By the power of all these merits, may celestial beings also enhance their spiritual energy. May guardian deities and angels also keep their eye on you too. May they attain final bliss of liberation. With that intention, let's transfer these merits, guardian deities and angels too. Ākāsattha ca bhummattha deva nāga mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā cirang rakkhantu sāsanam. Ākāsattha ca bhummattha deva nāga mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā cirang rakkhantu desanam. Ākāsattha ca bhummattha deva nāga mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā cirang rakkhantu tvaṃ sadā. By the power of all these merits, may you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no problems come to you. May your all righteous wishes meet with success. May all of us attain final bliss of liberation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dukkham pantāca nindukkha, bhayam pantāca ninbhayam, Sokam pantaja nissoka hantu sambe pipanino. May the Triple Gem bless you.